Hey guys, welcome to Busted Seams. This is my very first video. So I wanted to do a quick intro video and tell you guys a little bit about what to expect from this channel and some important stuff like who am I and why should you listen to me? So let's start with me. I'm Charlotte, aka Char, and I'm a fashion designer. So I have been in the fashion industry at the corporate level for over 15 years at this point. I did go to school for fashion design. I got my degree from art school, and then I both ran my own side business for a number of years and worked at companies of all sizes in the industry. So I did kind of get to do that whole fun side business. I also worked at smaller companies that were more of like B2B uniforms. And I currently work at one of the biggest menswear manufacturers in the United States. So right now I'm a design director at the corporate level, and that involves, managing the design team, making sure we're all moving the same direction in a season, and making sure the collection comes together, taking it to market, doing all of that fun stuff. I work with a lot of different departments and teams, so I have some sort of tips and tricks to share there as well. But most importantly, I've become aware of this huge gap in knowledge between what you learn in fashion design school and what we as companies expect of you when you're entering the workforce. So I think there's a lot of reasons for that. We can explore it more in future videos, but I do think it'll be fun to sort of dispel some of those fallacies as we go along. So some of the things that I want to cover in this channel in Busted Seams, Q&A. So you tell me down in the comments, give me your questions, things you would like to see me cover. I want to hear from you. What would be of interest to you as someone who is just kind of interested in the fashion industry, or maybe even a prospective student in fashion. I also really want to cover myths and misconceptions. I think there's a lot of fun stuff that we can do there. So actually the first video I'll probably do after this intro is some of the top myths of the fashion design industry, because I think there's just so much there we can kind of break down. So I can also share with you a few industry tips that I kind of learned just by virtue of being in the seat for as many years as I have been. Some other things we might cover are also some sewing hacks and tutorials. Again, I know there's a ton of that out there in the YouTube sphere. I think what I bring to the table that may be a little bit, hopefully a little bit niche, a little unique and interesting is that I have designed and cut and sewn by hand all of my own pieces, including corsets, which are some of the most complicated things that you can make. And I have been formally trained in garment construction for fashion design. It is something that you need a working knowledge of at the corporate level as a designer, even though you're not the one physically cutting and sewing the thing. So I think because of those two things, I have kind of learned the correct way to do things, again, in a production-friendly sense. And I've also learned how to do things just by getting it to look like what was in my head. So draping, physical, hand pattern making, and just kind of tweaking and sewing and doing that kind of thing. So I think between those two sort of paths, I've kind of figured out some hacks and some shortcuts to get something what I like to call runway ready. So looks good on the outside, great for photographing, will look good on the runway, but maybe the inside isn't perfectly finished the way a retail garment would. So I think there is some fun stuff I can share with you that I've learned along the way. And maybe now and then we'll do a rundown of some of my favorite brands and products. So I am an apparel geek, a product geek, just like many of you. So I would love to take you through some of my favorite things, especially when I'm doing travel. And I like to pack light. I do have my favorite sort of go-to pieces that I always take with me. So that might be fun to run through in future videos as well. So yeah, in a nutshell, I thought it would be a fun experiment to start a YouTube channel and just kind of talk about some of these fallacies and give you a peek behind the curtain of what it's like to be an actual fashion designer, again, at the corporate level at a very large manufacturer. But I think that's all for now. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if it is in your heart of hearts. And I hope to see you back here for my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.